Hey guys, if y'all are watching this, welcome. You're the one or two people who've made it past the Empire's blockade. You're sort of like Han that had some old Imperial codes. So, welcome. So, now that you've made it through here, I do want to give y'all a little bit of advice moving forward. If they're going to censor someone like me, it's only a matter of time before they censor you guys. So before I get out of here and they completely kick me off of here, I want to give y'all a few things to think about. Make sure you guard your heart and your thoughts by any means necessary. Okay? And I'm going to give you some reasons why. Because one, you're going to have to choose what you believe very soon. And knowing that, whatever you believe is possible or impossible, ladies and gentlemen, you are correct. And don't let them keep running you up to this whole fight or flight scenario, because remember, fear is what they're using. And remember, the famous philosopher Yoda once said, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Guys, remember, they are trying to push you into fearing everyone. So, you know me, I like to give some Bible verses and why I'm saying this stuff. Guys, here's some few things I want y'all to think about when it's concerning your thoughts and your heart. First off, guys, what is your heart like running on default mode? You know, with no training, just doing what you want to do. Listen to what God said right before he sent the great flood back in Genesis. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of his heart was only evil continually, and the Lord was grieved in his heart. Next, guys, let's look at Jeremiah 17, 9 and 10. For the heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind to reward each person according to their deeds deserved. Your thoughts become desires, your desires become plans, your plans become actions. See how that works? Do you know what repent means? When people run to you, say, talk to Jesus, repent. Repent means change your mind, change your heart. Stop desiring after the things you were desiring and start trying to figure out a new thing to desire. Listen to this, Proverbs, above all things, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Everything. If you still aren't convinced that he's talking about your thoughts, consider this one in Matthew 6. For wherever your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Still don't believe me? Look at this, Matthew 7, 6 and 7. Do not give what is holy to dogs, nor cast your pearls to swine, for they will trample on under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Notice he didn't say paws or hooves. He's talking about people and calling these people dogs and swines. Still not convinced? Think about this one. Ask and you will be given. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who seeks finds. For everyone who knocks, the door will be open. You get it, guys? With that being said, and we know we're talking about thoughts now, I want to give y'all another thing to think about. The coming of the lawless one is according to all the workings of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and with all unrighteous deception among those who perish. So don't be surprised that people are going to believe this lie, because they did not receive the love of the truth that they may be saved. And for that very reason, God will send them a strong delusion that they would believe the lie. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like God is the master storyteller. And with prophecy, is basically foreshadowing. He gave us the days of Noah, the days of Lot. I wonder if there was anything else in there we should pay attention to. And here, I'm going to present this to you and let you decide what you think. Let's go back to Genesis when he's talking about Nimrod. About 3 generations after the flood, he became one of the mighty ones upon the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and in the land of Shinar. Go a little bit further. Now the whole earth was with one language and one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, the same place where Nimrod was, and they dwelt there. They said to themselves, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They had bricks for stones and asphalt for mortar, and they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is into the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the whole face of the earth." But the Lord came down to the city and the tower that the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, "Indeed, people are one and they have one language." When we all believe the same thing and speak the same language, and this is what they began to do. They wanted to conquer heaven. Now, nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Anything you think will happen. So what does God do to them? He comes down and confuses the language, scatters them across, and Babel is now the word for confusion. This is where we get Babylon. Now Jesus comes along knowing our thoughts and our hearts, and ultimately knowing that how we believe is where we spend our eternity in. He come along, and after the disciples had seen a bunch of the miracles, the signs, the healings, and all that kind of stuff that Jesus had done, they came to him, and Jesus asked them, a few times Jesus asked questions and said, "Who do men say that I am? The Son of Man?" he asked. "So they say. Some say John the Baptist, other Elijah, other Jeremiah, or one of the prophets." And he said to them, "But who do you say I am?" And Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered him and said, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father is in heaven." So he believed Jesus was who he said he was. That's where the belief. Are you starting to see where I'm going with this? And I say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and that whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loosen on earth will be loosened in heaven. Doesn't that sound like your thoughts? Pay attention, guys. They're going to really mess with us coming soon. So to wrap this up, I just want to leave you with this thought from Jesus. He tells them right before he goes into heaven, right after he's been mocked, beaten, crucified, killed, went to hell, came back, all that kind of stuff, walked around for 40 days. And this is the last thing he tells them. "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned. And these will be the signs that follow those who believe. In my name they will speak in new tongues. They will take up serpents, and they will drink deadly drinks, and it will by no means hurt them. They will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to say this one more time. One more time. Guard your heart and your thoughts. Proverbs 27:19, "As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart." We're in some really interesting times, folks. And Jesus told us in Matthew 10:16, "Behold, I send you out as sheep among wolves. Therefore be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." Guys, share this around. Help me break out of the Facebook algorithm. Love you guys.